The manslaughter trial against Alec Baldwin is about to begin, but before those proceedings, the judge ruled his role as a producer cannot be introduced as evidence. It's just one major decision in a day-long hearing before the trial begins in Santa Fe. News 13's Madison Connor has more rulings from today's hearing where Alec Baldwin appeared in person.
Yeah, most of today's discussion centered on who would testify, what they could say, and what evidence can be used. The judge also considered whether Baldwin's conduct on set in the days leading up to the shooting could be brought up.
All of those disclosures relate to events that happened before October 21st. Mr. Baldwin swore on set. He cussed. And therefore, what? He committed homicide? Mr. Baldwin pointed the gun earlier, or rushed people earlier, and therefore on October 21st, he had a propensity to do it again, or he committed homicide. That's exactly the kind of propensity evidence that must be excluded, Your Honor.
The state has to prove that the defendant acted without due caution and circumspection, and so we have to prove criminal negligence, that the defendant willfully disregarded the rights and safety of others.
Baldwin pled not guilty to involuntary manslaughter, negligent use of a firearm. The actor was holding a gun that had a live round in it on the set of Rust when it went off, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins. The state is arguing that Baldwin hurried people on set, leading to an unsafe working environment that ultimately led to a live round being loaded into the gun and Hutchins' death. Baldwin's lawyers claim that his actions on set days before the shooting doesn't matter, and video of Baldwin cursing at crew members doesn't show any reckless intent by their client. Judge Mary Marlowe Sommer agreed with the defense, ruling those videos cannot be used, but she is allowing other evidence.
Evidence regarding defendants' handling or firing of the firearm or firearms firing during the filming of Rust are relevant in that they have any tendency to make a fact more probable, to wit that the firearm worked properly during the filming and that defendant Baldwin was not handling the firearm safely.
The judge also ruled that unlike the trial of Armorer Hannah Gutierrez, where both sides constantly interrupted each other during witness questioning, when either side has an objection, they must come up to the bench, put the objection on record, and she will make her decision. Back to you.
All right, Madison, thank you. Jury selection begins tomorrow in Santa Fe. That trial scheduled to last until the 19th.